And then yeah, I also tried out Luke in Street Fighter Five, and he's fun. He's a modified Shoto. Um, he's got that pro tag move set. And one thing that's about him that's interesting is if we're talking about representing Street Fighter Six, is he introduces there's a skill floor and a skill ceiling with him that are simultaneously low and high at the same time. So he has target combos. Like he has one that's literally medium, 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 medium. Right?
Really?
Yeah. But if you block it, it's super unsafe. So don't.
Okay.
He has shit like that, and he's also got like light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, like straight up, just 1, 2, 3. It's a combo.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Simple, basic beginner level things like that.
That'd be really useful for the kind of person that would like to play Luke.
But at the same time, he has a series of these uppercuts and like charge attacks. Like I called it Abigail Light earlier, but like that's really what it is. Like you do basically a reverse Hadoken with him, and it ends up being like one of three. Each punch does a different type of uppercut or wall bounce or slam. And the longer you hold it, the better it gets. But partially charging the button down is the same as getting a full charge. But you have to it's like you have to be very precise with how long you hold the button down. And that is a high skill thing that fighting games have not generally really asked you to do, especially Street Fighter at least, is like having a perfect button release on button charge timing. Abigail and Sagat, I think, are like the only ones that really introduced some of that here. So we might get some.
The usual is, your boxer. It's like, just hold it till you don't want to hold it no more.
Exactly. And then the hardest combos are like time the next button press 1 frame after this one. Like 1 frame links. Like, oh, fuck, it's now. Like it's stuff like that. But he introduces like really precise hold and release timing that you are not seeing in Street Fighter usually. Other games that perhaps, but here the skill ceiling on that gets interesting as well, because each of these things is like like Fei Long has his Rekka punches, right? And
yeah.
You got your fault. Well, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to others to describe the.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Yes, so I'm saying what a Rekka is, but like you do the three punches in a row, and with him, you can do a series of them that combo into each other. But like all of the three strengths of the buttons are different effects, and then the charges add a different effect as well, and then his V skill modifies that another level again. So you literally have like one special that has 12 versions of itself, and knowing how they combo into each other is a high level expertise to have, so he has a low skill ceiling for the entry level combos and a high skill ceiling for learning how to link one of these 12 versions of this special move into each other. It's quite interesting. So I can see that being a way that the same character doesn't have to just like Minot. You look at Minot and you go, "That's awesome. I can't do that. I'm not even gonna try." Right?
Yeah.
This seems to be a like, well, there's other stuff here. If you don't necessarily think you can do that, you might be able to play her in a different way. Seems to be what they're going for with Luke.
One of the most frustrating types of characters for me, if I am going to be playing a fighting game, is ones that have a skill floor and a skill ceiling that are the same. And it's like, can you do this? Then you can play the character.
Yeah.
No? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Minot's a really good example. I don't have I can't properly intuit the way to move the ball around. So I can't play her, period. Just completely fucking garbage.
I've never seen a bad Minot. Like, when I've seen her, it's in the hands of people who know what they're doing. if you enter that like fucking that road, you're gonna go into the training room, you're gonna lab it, and you're gonna figure out how to make her work, and then you're not gonna show the world your Manat until you know how to do that shit. You know, and it's just that you know, if you're saying I see it's not hard, it's like, yeah, well, some characters require a lot less than that. So I personally have not encountered like a bad Manat in the wild, you know.
Me either.
But yeah, so but this is something that's good, I think, in terms of like character design. I see how Ed and Falk represented a test in what if we went with 2-button inputs and 3-button inputs for specials instead of...
It's all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah, they're trying stuff out with these characters. They're trying to see how people respond, whether they like it or not, and you know, when you have a character that like Ed and Falk play like Rising Thunder characters instead of Street Fighter characters.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because Rising Thunder and Project L, your special moves are on 1 button, and for him and her, all their moves are just 2 punches, 2 kicks. That's it, you know. So that changes, like, you know, of course, like how fast you can react to things and a whole bunch of stuff. So, but I feel as if they went like, okay, what if we took the lower floor of like an Ed level input and also high level Manat and put them in the same character. So that's cool. I like that. He's fun.
The idea would be to have a game made out of those types of characters.
Yes, exactly.
Because like, it's one of the things that's always frustrating. It's like, well, how do I get better at fighting games? Yada yada yada. Where I'm not even going to bother to go into it. But like, there tends to be a feeling, at least when I'm picking up a game or when I used to, is that it's like, well, how do I get better? Or it's like, well, this character's got really simple execution. If I want to get better, should probably work on my execution. So I might want to practice with the character that has a higher skill floor to practice my execution. Instead of just like, how far can I push this one guy? Obviously, if you're an expert, you can take any character to a certain degree. But when you're a little baby, it's like you hit a skill ceiling of like stuff I need to learn about the game that necessitates learning more characters.
Yeah, wide range of skill being applicable to a given character is a good thing, and if this philosophy applies to the game at large, then that's a good sign. So let's see what comes of it, you know. But I was quite surprised with like literally 1 button combos, and also here is the mental map of your 9 Rekka variations. Make them work. Now introduce a layer that jumps them up by 1 level, which is your V trigger, and now introduce another layer which lets you cancel one into another once during a combo.
Kind of makes me think of Kyo, honestly.
Oh, yeah. But what if Bodega, you know, what if his Bodega punches had like 3 times the variations and different levels of charge on them by holding the button down, you know?
Well, I mean, I think it's, listening to you describe this, I think it's fantastic that like Luke has all this weird, like, has this, how do I put it? Has a wide subsystem rather than like it's obviously going to have a certain level of depth, but also width is more interesting off the bat to dive into. And it's good that there's at least one thing that's interesting about the character.
Sure. And if you just want to do fireballs and uppercuts, he's got both of those. So
he's a fireball.
Yeah. It's that. It's that like.
Is it like the punch where the thing
flies
like
out? Exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So he can do those, and he can do a Shoryu, and you can just sit there and do those all day, and play you some Street Fighter too. You know. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. You can, of course, tune in for more of Dark Souls and Dokapon over on the WoolieVersus channel. We've been dropping stuff recently. if you are down, you can check out the Best of 13 Sentinels. Just came out, 2 parts by the amazing Civ Sarcast, and I mean, that's an insane game to summarize. But Civ did an amazing job, so you can that just dropped recently on the channel, as well as the birthday stream. We played a couple birthday games. Those are going to be coming out, including Get Into Kiting Games by Remurai, which is out now. So yeah, feel free to check that out as well. We also put up the VGAs, so that's going to be obviously the big topic of today. But the YouTube video is out, and we have fought against the strikes and claims and whatnot to have a version of it that is safely on YouTube. So yeah, check that out over on WoolieVersus on Twitch and on YouTube.